Now, what more can you tell us?
Yeah, I was told today that Ben Simmons' agent, Rich Paul, with Clutch Sports, met with Sixers president Daryl Morey, their general manager, Elton Brand, in Chicago at the pre-draft camp this week. They started to talk about what Ben Simmons' future looks like in Philadelphia and whether it is in Philadelphia. Now, there was no trade request made, I'm told, and that those sides will continue talking here, I think, through the draft and, of course, free agency in August. Ben Simmons has 4 years left on that max contract. And Philadelphia, though, remains committed to trying to work to improve Ben Simmons' shooting, especially his free throw shooting this summer. I was told that he met with Doc Rivers in the aftermath of elimination the other day against Atlanta, started to talk about a plan moving forward. But if you're the 76ers right now, if you were going to move Ben Simmons sometime in the future, you want to do it when his value is high, is elevated. There is still great interest in him around the league. There's a lot of intrigue about whether Philly would make him available, would listen in talks, but how much would teams be willing to give up? But for now, the 76ers want to keep moving forward and try to improve the roster around Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, and see if they can find a different way to maybe not just use him, but also to get him in the gym and figure out some ways to improve that shooting. But those conversations with Rich Paul, Ben Simmons' agent, and the Sixers, those are going to continue here in the coming weeks and perhaps months.
4 years, $147 million left on that deal. Doc Rivers said earlier this week he is bullish on Ben Simmons. We'll see how this offseason progresses for this franchise. Meanwhile, Game 3 tonight, Suns, Clippers, Western Conference Finals. Chris Paul has been in the league's health and safety protocol since Wednesday. He's missed the first 2 games of the series, so give me the latest on CP3 status heading into tonight.
Yeah, Matt, Chris Paul is expected to play tonight in Game 3. That had been the hope all along, that if he missed Game 2, that he'd be able to play when the series returned to L.A. And not only does he come back for the Suns, he comes back with a 2-0 lead. And the fact that Phoenix was able to hold serve at home, you saw the impact Cameron Payne made in Games 1 and 2. And I think for the Suns, there's a great deal of confidence knowing that Chris Paul is back tonight. The team has listed him as probable, but the expectation is he will play at Staples Center. And this is obviously a Clipper team that's been down 2-0 twice in these playoffs, but this time they don't have Kawhi Leonard to help them dig out of that hole.
There you go. Kawhi Leonard not playing tonight. CP3 looks as if he is, and he got those 2 wins from the Suns. Big help from them, Adrian Wojnarowski. Not a dull moment in the NBA. We appreciate your time here on SportsCenter. Sage?
Let's bring in NBA analyst Kendrick Perkins to talk specifically about Game 3 tonight, Clippers and Suns. And as Woj and Matt were just saying, we know the Clippers know how to come back from deep holes in the postseason twice this season already. But this Suns team seems to be a little bit different, Perk. What do you think? What adjustments do they need to make beginning immediately tonight?
Well, one, I know the Phoenix Suns have Devin Booker, and I know Cameron Payne has been putting his mark on this game. He's been in his bag like he got fries at the bottom. But the guy that they got to figure out how to slow down, Sage, is DeAndre Ayton. He has been killing them. Last game, I want to say he had a quiet 20 plus and 14 rebounds. He's been dominating on both ends of the floor, being that roll guy, being that lob threat guy at the basket, protecting the rim. And look, this guy right now is showing us why he was the #1 pick, and I love to see it, being a former center. So I don't know if Ty Lue needs to play Boogie Cousins more. I don't know if they need to attack him more in the pick and roll. I don't know if they need to play Zubac, but he has to figure out something, because right now, DeAndre Ayton is having it his way.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Chris Paul coming back for the Suns, no Kawhi Leonard for the LA Clippers. So if you're a Clippers fan, Perk, give me one reason why fans should be hopeful for tonight.
Because they have Ty Lue. Ty Lue, the best coach in the game of basketball right now. And he's proven that to us in the first series and in the second series. He's able to make adjustments. He's able to get more out of players. You see it right now. Patrick Beverly is shooting the ball like he's kind of looking like a baby Ray Allen. Nobody would have ever thought that. Not only is he locking up on one end, but Ty Lue has the confidence and has built the confidence in him to knock down three-point shots. So if it's any reason that I think that the Los Angeles Clippers would get this game 3 and get back on track, it's because of Ty Lue. He is a magician. He is a young stud. He is the best coach in the NBA today, Sage.
The best coach of all 30 teams is Ty Lue.
Yeah. You heard what I said, Sage.
I'm making
I'm
sure.
not going to hold back. I got to tell you the truth now.
Yeah, your opinion of the truth. Yes, Kendrick Perkins, we thank you for joining us here on SportsCenter. It's a 9 p.m. Eastern Time tip here on ESPN. Thanks. We're also just getting going with NBA. We're going to head out to LA. Live reports from both teams. How are the Clippers preparing for CP3 while dealing with their own injuries and an 0-2 hole? That and much more coming up.
Yeah, Monty Williams coached Suns, who are up 2-0 in the best over the best.
Of the NBA, the Indiana Pacers have a new head coach. His name is Rick Carlisle, the former Dallas Mavericks coach. This is what sources tell ESPN's Tim McMahon. Carlisle will sign a 4-year, $29 million contract to take over the Pacers. This will be actually his third stint in Indiana. Most recently, he was their head coach from 2003 to 2007, Matt.
Yes, Sage, news this morning that we're thinking, wow, Rick Carlisle heading back to the Pacers. Our senior NBA insider, Adrian Wojnarowski, joining us. What more can you tell us, Woj, about Rick Carlisle returning to the Pacers as head coach?
Yeah, Matt, as our Tim McMahon reported, 4-year, $29 million deal for Rick Carlisle. That certainly puts him in the upper echelon of coaches. Certainly a lot of history in Indiana as both a head coach and assistant. And this is a team, with a very good veteran core. Karis LeVert, Malcolm Brogdon, of course, Domantas Sabonis. This is a team, that is a Eastern Conference playoff team. And I think with Rick Carlisle, you have seen through his career that he makes a dramatic impact, especially early, with improving a team. This is a team that needs some order and structure back after really a lost season. This past year, obviously, they had Nate McMillan as their head coach. Several years prior to that, were in the playoffs each year, did not advance, and now Rick Carlisle leaves Dallas and comes to Indiana, and they hope this is a coach that not only will have him back in the playoffs, but perhaps, maybe gets them to advance around in the East.
Yeah, a couple of things to point out about Carlisle. Won the title with Dallas in 2011. It is worth pointing out that he told Mark Cuban he was leaving the franchise this year. It wasn't a parting of ways or a firing. He decided on his own accord to leave the Dallas Mavericks. Okay, other news happening today. Whoa, some news regarding Ben Simmons' future in Philadelphia. This has been something we've talked about for a while now. What more can you tell us?
Yeah, I was told today that Ben Simmons' agent, Rich Paul, with Clutch Sports, met with Sixers president Daryl Morey, their general manager, Elton Brand, in Chicago at the pre-draft camp this week. They started to talk about what Ben Simmons' future